Hello and welcome to the Knicks-Verse. The second half of the season has begun, and the Knicks are back to 500, but not the way we wanted them to be. Nope. This was a bad loss. It's one of those games. They just they didn't look. They really didn't look like they were willing to fight for this game. Julius, their all-star. He might have a first-time All-Star selection hangover, per se. He just didn't have it. He shot 3 of 12. He only got 8 rebounds. That's like nothing for Julius. But he did have 6 assists, 7 points, which even shows, the man looks for his teammates. Which brings me to another point. Let's look at the lowlights. All right, here we go. I'm only going to show you 3 plays. Elfrid Payton plays. Here we go. Gets the blocked. He ignores RJ and Reggie, who's behind him, the better shooters, and tries to force it to Noel. And then boom. There we go. Then over here, now we're already down by 20. Yeah, you know why he's looking down? Because he's disgusted with himself. Because the man does not understand that he is on the court to facilitate others. Watch what happens. Look at RJ, wide open. The only guy who's been hitting. Look at that. Look at that. Seriously? Seriously, man? Look, here's another play. Look at RJ. He gave it to Taj. Taj on a breakaway. But you know who does get it to RJ? Burks, who had 8 assists tonight. Look at that beautiful floater. RJ shot 9 of 15. Now, when you think about this, my brain strains itself to twist itself to try and come up with the logic that Elf's brain must go through to avoid giving RJ the ball. I'm past the point of, he does this. No. And I've made videos about this. The man is not a starting point guard for a winning team. That is a fact. How much longer? How much longer are we going to have to endure this? Leon, make a trade. Get someone else. Or, I don't know, put some happy juice in Tom's coffee or something and get him to start IQ. Or, I'm even for starting Frank, but letting the offense run through RJ. No point guard. No point guard in the starting lineup. I know Frank's a point guard, but I think those days are gone. Frank is a wing, and he can be a very good and productive wing, but we can't endure this anymore. I'm pointing the opposite way. Look at here. Blocked. He gets the rebound. Look right there. RG even cut, and he decided to bounce pass it to Stonehands. And it kind of hurts a little that Augustine was on the court there, because I think the Knicks actually made a little play for Augustine during the offseason. Wow. 134-101. They stomped us. And you know what? For about 18 minutes there, I think it was only a 2-point game. And then Elf returned to the court. Julius returned as well. Thibs was a little slow getting RJ back in the game at that point. But then the whole momentum, the flow of the game was just off. Every possession is precious when you have an offense as limited as ours. So if you're going to drive to the basket, you either make the basket, or you get fouled, or you find a teammate that's open. that can catch the ball. It's not that complicated. RJ did it. In fact, the game started off being the offense run through RJ, and it was looking good. Yeah, he made some turnovers, but he's 20. I think he just played his 88th game or something. I'm disgusted. But, it's one of those games. I mean, what are you going to do? Like I said, we're not going to win unless, Randall puts in one of his outstanding, not outstanding, but his regular excellent performances, which he normally gives you. Tonight we got an excellent performance from RJ. Shot 9 of 15, hit one of his 2 threes, 22 points. He got a couple assists. Actually, those were all in the first, I think, 3 minutes of the game. He even found Elf twice open for a 3. I think Elf hit one of those. I'm not 100%, but the other one, oh boy. IQ, his playmaking skills have kind of regressed. He did hit 3 of 8 of his 3-pointers. I think he got 15 points because he gets fouled. See? So at least he contributes that way. Burks, as frustrating as he is sometimes, he got 8 assists tonight, scored 17 points, shot 7 of 12. I can't even imagine how much bigger of a blowout this would have been without him. Oh, man. But another bit of a bright spot was Obi. 4 of 5. Got some nice 5 rebounds. Got some that he fought for really nicely. He got an out-of-bounds ball that he saved it, scored 10 points. I feel like Obi... Actually, I want to get into this a little bit because I feel like I've discovered something, or maybe, about Obi's nature. So, he is a notorious late bloomer. That's what we've discovered, obviously. And I think it might be... It's not that I think he just gets so amped up, so excited. He gets overwhelmed by the moment. But what's great about him is that it doesn't scare him off. Like, he doesn't retreat. That's a wonderful quality. Where he lets, like the All-Star game, for example. Hands down, he should have won that slam dunk contest. But you could see the bright lights and the stars and everything. It affects him. And I think it kind of it dulls his physical skills a bit, because I think his brain gets too fogged up with what's happening externally, and he doesn't have that myopic vision that's required to be an outstanding athlete. RJ has it, as we know. The guy, even when he's frustrated, he's not rattled. Obi gets rattled, but not rattled in a way where he's maybe rattled's the wrong word, but he doesn't retreat from it. It just affects him. He gets distracted, and I think over time, as he becomes more accustomed to the spotlight and the intensity of the NBA, he will rise to the challenge as he did at Dayton. That's what a late bloomer is. I was a bit of a late bloomer myself. When I used to have to make speeches, or I did some acting when I was a kid, I always threw up before. I would have panic attacks, but they were more like I kept them inside, and I fought through it. And you just get on stage and you do it. You just gotta just fight your way through all the doubts. And after a while, you spend enough time in front of the lights and the crowds and the audience, you eventually get accustomed to it. And I think that's what's going to happen to Obi. I see him coming. I see him beginning to bloom a bit. That was a big plus. I think this is going to be a quick one, guys. But this weekend, I will have some new content for everyone to enjoy, hopefully. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. And smash that like button for me. Really appreciate that. And I'll see you around the Knicks-Verse.